Hi there, you're here with Tim from the Peter Cowen Academy, and we're here on the 18th hole of Jumeirah Golf Estates. Today I'm going to go through the tee shot on the 18th hole at Jumeirah Golf Estates on the Earth course, just so that you can play a couple of different shots. The usual play is everyone pulls the driver out straight away. I think there's the option of maybe hitting a 3-wood or even less, maybe even a hybrid. With the driver, I feel that probably the right shot for this shot is to maybe aim up the left side and hit a little fade. So what I would do is I'd aim a little bit down the left, I tee the ball slightly lower, and then I pretty much swing along the line of my feet to try and get a slight fade. Now, I don't want much of a shape, so I'm not going to do too much, but it is pretty much just as simple as that really. So I'm going to set the club up into position, slightly down the left side, and then as I say, I'm just going to swing through that shot. So then as you can see, I'm aiming down the left, a little fade back into play. It's a safer shot. Now, you can hit the draw shot, and if you hit a draw, then that's the shot to hit, because you shouldn't go against what you're good at. So if you hit the draw, you'd obviously aim slightly down the right side and let the draw take place and get you back into play that way. So really, the aim of this shot is to play with what you feel comfortable with. Don't try and fight a fade or a draw, whichever shot you have. So now I'm going to hit the draw shot, which is probably the more aggressive play because you've got to start it closer to the water, but potentially gives me more of a chance of getting on the green in 2. So I'm going to aim slightly down the right with my feet, club face aiming pretty much down the center, and then as again with the fade shot, I'm just going to try and make sure I swing down the line of my feet. What you'll notice though, I do get a bit more of a tilt with my shoulders, so I can stay behind the ball a fraction more. And then you can see the shape is obviously the opposite way then. Okay, so now I've got the 3-wood out. The reason being, on this hole especially, there's a lot more room the further you come back. So the 3-wood, when I'm hitting it, I've got a bigger area to aim for. So admittedly, I won't be able to reach the green in 2 necessarily, but it definitely gives me a better chance of making a par, and I think a par on this hole is always good. So I'm going to set up as I would normally, try and aim pretty square to it, and then just put the normal swing on it. Got a lot more margin for error with this club than I do with my driver. Basically, if you're going to go with the driver, you've got to go with the shot that you feel more comfortable with, whether it be draw or fade, okay? And then obviously, if you don't feel 100% comfortable with the driver, go with the 3-wood, because it does give you a better chance to get it in play, and then you go from there. It'll be interesting to see how the boys play when they come here for the DP World Tour Championship in November, whether they're using the driver or the 3-wood, and maybe come and have a look and see how they do with that.